Hey guys, Chris with T3 Media. So what happens when you get sick? You get a like a stomach virus, and you're doing things, and things are happening to your body that you don't even want to share with your fellow man because it's just so disgusting. You have a lot of time on your hands. So when you have a lot of time on your hands, what do you have time to get back to? The binge. Not the binging that I was doing in the bathroom a minute ago, ha cha cha cha, but some of the binging on Netflix that I like to get back into. And I binged the TV show Santa Clarita's Diet a while ago, and I never got around to talking about it like I wanted to. And I'm just gonna keep it nice and short. Drew Beringmore has been, she's funny and whatnot. I love her old stuff, and I didn't know what to think about, moving forward, what she was gonna do, and it found like she found something that that was really, right on time for her, for especially for her career. I forgot how funny she can be and how funny she really is. The the Charlie's Angel stuff wasn't all that great funny to me when she was dating, especially when she was dating Tom Green back in the day. It wasn't all that great. But anyway, let me get into what the topic is really about. Santa Clarita. What is that show called? Let me make sure to I get my stuff together. Santa Clarita's Diet. So she's a realtor like me. That was intriguing. And she's getting infected with some kind of a virus that's an unknown thing that just turns her into a zombie. Her heart stops. She's undead. She has an appetite. The cool thing about this thing is that it totally puts her on like 100% of an Adderall overdose. She's like, and she's drunk, like she's drunk as hell, or something all the time. And I'm just kind of just giving my own little definition of it. But what's really happening is that her filter in her mind to be afraid of things, the things that you think and don't say out loud, things that you kind of do when you're drunk and inhibited and all that stuff, all that's gone, and she lets loose. It creates a more of a sexual appetite and whatnot, and all that stuff. It's funny, and the bad thing about it is it also makes her want to eat people for some reason. I'll show her. So this thing happens to her. It doesn't explain how. She throws up like crazy. The throw up scene was, I couldn't believe I missed it the first time. I must have went to the bathroom or something. I had to rewind. I'm like, what throw up? I mean, what? How bad was it? Because I think I saw this mouse that was infected with the same thing have all this throw up, and I had to go back all the way to episode one. I'm like, what the hell did I miss? And I did miss it. The throw up was crazy. So, and this thing comes out of you with proof. Maybe it's some kind of ancient thing that's happened, and they're trying to figure out what it is and if there's a cure for it and whatnot. Long story short, though, the people that get infected with this stuff, it's their true selves come out. Like there was a gangster that got infected with it, and it turns out that he's really doesn't really want to be a gangster. He's really like one of the nicest guys in the world. I think he's like poetry and all this stuff. It's kind of funny in that way. So it takes a lot of different turns and whatnot. So I don't want to get into like too many review spoilers on this one and whatnot, but I'll just say that let me go by character. Drew Barrymore's character at first, this felt like a Desperate Housewives kind of a thing, and not just because one of the actors from that show was on it. It I guess it was like making fun of the same kind of TV shows or style of comedy, but it had that vibe to it, the mystery of death and whatnot. But in this case, you kind of know who the killer is. It's all about getting her, well. Uh, Timothy, what's this guy's name? I'm looking your names up, by the way, because I'm bad with names. Timothy Oliphant, whatever. Anyway, his character Joel fit perfectly with that. This guy would have been great on Desperate Housewives. Him trying to be the stereotypical, nice dad, just totally changes from episode one and all the way to the end. He's like cursing more and whatnot. It's pretty funny. Um, Liv Houston, the daughter, her evolution. I'm sorry, I had to cut for a second. I know it was kind of a jarring thing. Maybe I was over here and now I'm over there. But I don't know where I was at. A little distracted from the background, but let's see. Liv Houston playing Abby. She kind of the way she evolved as far as like the typical girl, the girl next door kind of a thing, and now she kind of came up to be a pretty much of a badass was pretty funny as well. Um, Going opposite of Skylar Gisondo, Eric's character, who is like who stayed the same, total geek. throughout the whole thing. But it was funny how he seems to want to get closer and closer to this girl who we, in a way, kind of has a real shot at. But I don't see how that's going to happen. But you know, it's definitely going to happen. The Desperate Housewives link would obviously be Ricardo Trevira playing Dan Palmer. I don't even know if he's Hispanic in this episode, but he was a dick through the whole thing. You know, you knew what was coming for him. It was just all about a matter of a win. Overall, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It's a pretty good show. I want to see season 2. I want to see a little bit more of it. I'm hoping that it doesn't go into the whole weeds direction. That show was awesome for the first 2 seasons, and then it just started going down the tubes. I started hating it. So this has got potential to go up. Other than that, it's a great show. If you haven't checked it out by now, definitely check it out. It's real good. It's a good binge show, 30 minutes each, and you'll get a real good kick out of it. And if you're in bed, you're sick, you already seen everything else, you got nothing else to do, take my word for it. Carlita's diet is one to check out. It's really really funny. I'm surprised that it's not on regular TV. I could have seen this on ABC or something like that. This would have been a good one on regular television, but the fact that it's on Netflix means that they can, push the boundaries. So that's also a good thing. Says this show imagine if Desperate Housewives could curse. It'd have been perfect like that. But let me know what you guys think about it. Tell me if you binged the whole thing, if you gave up on it. If you like my video, hit the like button. Send me a get well soon kind of a message, I don't know, and become a subscriber. Thanks, guys.